know a game that lets you dress up like a ninja clown is probably not taking itself too seriously. But it's that kind of ridiculous, over-the-top attitude that makes Ninja Blade so much fun to play.
I prefer taking lives one at a time. Know what I mean? Man, that's fun!
This isn't a new classic, mind you. The game relies on quick-time events far too much. It isn't all that technically tight, and it's a pretty simple button masher at its core. And yet, Ninja Blade is always on overdrive, delivering a constant stream of energy and insanity. In other words, it's a whole bunch of dumb, flashy fun. The game stars Ken, and he pulls off ridiculous moves that would even make Devil May Cry's Dante jealous. He defies gravity in the most impossible ways, does backflips on motorcycles, and is generally a badass in every sense of the word. But, unlike Devil May Cry, where you sit back and watch the action unfold without any interaction, Ninja Blade accompanies these stupendous-looking cinematics with QuickTime events, and man, there are tons of them. So if you aren't a fan of QuickTime events, be warned that Ninja Blade is absolutely loaded with them. The game relies far too much on them, and many of them go on for too long, but they're exciting to watch because the action's so incredibly over the top. Should you miss a button press, the scene will rewind and let you try again. That rewinds may make things forgiving, but it contributes to Ninja Blade's breakneck pace. When you aren't busy tapping buttons in time with Ken's acrobatics, you're slicing up mutants on rooftops, in alleys, and even in midair. You've got 3 edged weapons to slash around: a standard blade that gets an interesting upgrade late in the game, a slow, heavy sword that does a ton of damage, and lightning-fast dual blades. All 3 will get plenty of use, and while your mostly dumb enemies keep the action rather easy, it's great to look at, with blades spinning everywhere and particle effects flying in the air. You'll unlock a whole bunch of sweet-looking moves, but you won't get much use out of them unless you crank things up to hard difficulty. You'll also have 3 types of elemental shuriken at your disposal that spew flame, wind, and lightning. They come in handy during combat, but they're also used to solve a few puzzles here and there. There are some other tricks too, like platforming bits and some turret sequences, but it's nothing you haven't seen before. There's something undeniably thrilling about slashing at flying enemies as you plummet down the side of a building, or grappling the side of a building and whooshing to another rooftop, or fighting on the wings of an airplane. Yet, don't expect the complexity of moves and tight acrobatic gameplay of Ninja Gaiden here. You will encounter a load of bosses though, and even if they aren't that hard to beat, most of them are really entertaining anyway, even if a couple of them go on for far too long. Ninja Blade is nice to look at, but it is technically uneven. The backgrounds are well done, and the action itself, including the QuickTime events, look really terrific. On the other hand, the animations are decent but can look a little awkward, and the frame rate takes an occasional hit when there's too much happening on the screen. There are also some weird and jarring load transitions that can jolt you back to reality. Sound effects are decent, but the dramatic musical score really sets the stage for all the vibrant swordplay. Ninja Blade knows exactly what it is, a completely nutty ninja action game. To this end, you can collect new costumes and customize them with various colors, so if you want to dress up in hot pink pinstripes, go for it. You aren't meant to take any of this seriously, you're just meant to have a ton of fun. Ninja Blade's too problematic to be the next action classic, but it's so totally absurd, you're bound to get a rush anyway.
I see it.